Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, the journey to reclaimed nationhood and beyond. Today, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, DRY, is a sovereign nation, the newest sovereign nation on the west coast of Africa. The indigenous Yoruba people, IYP, had existed on their sovereign ancestral land, Yoruba land, since the beginning of time, ever before British colonization of our land. People and resources followed in 1914 by amalgamation with other peoples and their different lands to form the colonial illusion scheme, the brainwashing arrangement called Nigeria. Before colonization, our ancestral land and our people were variously known as Yoruba land, Yoruba country, Yoruba nation, Yoruba empire. Today, all these terminologies are subsumed within the official internationally registered name, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, DRY. We are, therefore, the indigenous Yoruba people, IYP, of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, DRY. For short, IYP of DRY. Every such momentous and/or eventful occurrence or phenomenon as the reclaimed nationhood, identity and sovereignty of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, DRY, normally has a personae, a divine messenger, on the human plane, who represents the hand of divinity in the affairs of man, to pull off and to bring to pass and bring to fruition the phenomenal occurrence. In the case of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba and of we the indigenous Yoruba people of DRY, it has been Her Excellency Modupe Onitiri Abiola, MOA. There is also a divine blueprint, delivered exclusively to MOA, who is thus the custodian thereof. The push towards reclaiming our identity, nationhood, and sovereignty as indigenous Yoruba people dwelling upon our ancestral land crystallized in a very concrete way precisely on the 8th day of March, 2022, when MOA, addressing indigenous Yoruba people from all over the world in an online meeting, asked us for 5 million verifiable signatures of indigenous Yoruba people 18 years and above in a petition to register our desire for an independent sovereign Yoruba nation, now Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, out of the colonial illusion amalgam called Nigeria, promising us that if we did this, she would, by God's grace, do what was needed to get us, Yoruba, out of the colonial arrangement called Nigeria. On the 27th day of May, 2022, more than 5 million signatures had been obtained. This was announced to the joy of all IYP of DRY in attendance at the subsequent meeting for this purpose, and submitted to the United Nations for worldwide information. While the 5 million signature petition was a declaration of intent to exit Nigeria, the official exit, coded in the Declaration of Independence, was done on the 20th day of November 2022. Thus, officially, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, DRY, became independent of the colonial arrangement called Nigeria on November 20th, 2022. Beginning on the 18th day of December 2022 with the flag off, and through the 31st of January 2023, what is known as the reclamation exercise was successfully carried through. The reclamation exercise, essentially, was the official notification to each and every one of the 8 governors and speakers of houses of assembly in the 8 states to which our sovereign land had been divided under the colonial and neo-colonial Nigerian arrangement, codenamed by Nigeria as Lagos State, Oyo State, Osun State, Ogun State, Ondo State, Ekiti State, Kwara State, and the part of Kogi State that lies on the left of the vertical flow of the river Niger, as seen on a map. The reclamation letter was the notification to these Nigerian operatives that the now independent Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, represented by and in the indigenous Yoruba people, IYP, of DRY, were at hand to receive the handing over of all indigenous Yoruba people, ancestral land, territory, borders, and all appurtenances thereof, stations, barracks, airports, seaports, etc., from the Nigerian operatives. Precisely on the 12th day of April, 2024, 1 years and 5 months after the Declaration of Independence, and a year and 3 months, approximately, after serving the reclamation or notification papers on the stated governor's offices and those of speakers of the Houses of Assembly, the proclamation of sovereignty of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, the official start of government of DRY, and the activation of its sovereignty, was done in the city of Ibadan, capital city of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, by Her Excellency Modupe Onitiri Abiola, MOA, and immediately followed by the swearing-in of His Excellency Mobolaji Olawale Akinola Omokore as head of Provisional Government President of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, whose name was also subsequently submitted to the United Nations as being the head of Provisional Government of DRY.
As at this writing, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba is a sovereign country, a sovereign nation, known so to the international community, whose government is already functioning, but its territory, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, the sovereign ancestral land of indigenous Yoruba people, including our secretariats, where our DRY should be operating from, is still being encroached upon, illegally so, by the terrorist government of the colonial illusion scheme named Nigeria. By the grace of Almighty God, we shall have our DRY provisional government right inside our secretariats this year, 2025. The Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, DRY as the name goes, is a democratic republic. Being democratic, power resides in the people, indigenous Yoruba people, IYP, of DRY. And being a republic, there are no kings, Obas, chiefs and such other division of class arrangements in DRY no Oba, in Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. The benefits for indigenous Yoruba, people of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, include, but not in any way limited to, the following. 1 free education from elementary school to first degree. 2. Interest-free loan to pursue postgraduate studies. 3. Free healthcare services. 4. Free parcel of land upon attainment of 21 years of age. 5. Good roads infrastructure. 6. Pipe-borne water, clean and fresh. 7. Stable electricity. 8. Interest-free loans for business and other activities. 9. Salary payment to workers on 2 weekly basis. 10. Strong currency. 11. Development of tourism potentials. 12. No income tax or property tax. 13. Beautification of all places of rest for our departed ones, cemeteries. 14. Abundant special package for members of DRY Armed Forces. 15. Special retirement program for retiring government workers. 16. 4-day working week for government workers. 17. Complete shutdown of all business activities on Sundays, except emergency essential service, to allow for rest and good health. 18. No servitude for anybody in the name of houseboy girl. 19. Gainful employment with good pay. 20. Insurance of site workers by such organizations. 21. No GMOs, only organic foods in Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. 22. Yoruba is the official language of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba in all places, schools, offices, organizations, public or private, including all documents. 23. No poor person among indigenous Yoruba people, IYP. 24. Security of lives and property throughout the 4 corners of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. 25. Foods to be prepared in Yoruba traditional way in all restaurants offering Yoruba foods. 26. Abundant food supply at affordable prices. 27. Good transportation, air, land and sea. 28. Fantastic infrastructure throughout the four corners of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. 29. Each state in DRY would mirror itself in every other state, such that any state could easily pass as the capital state. It should be noted that the journey to the reclaimed identity, nationhood and sovereignty of we the indigenous Yoruba people of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba has been completely based on international guidelines, as well as divine direction, and specifically as contained in the following: either right to self-determination, i.e. the rights of indigenous peoples, the rights of sovereign people, e.v. the rights of ethnic nationalists, v. fundamental human rights, vi. the right of indigenous people to self-defense, vi. the right to be free and independent. It should also be noted that at each stage, Declaration of Independence, Proclamation of Sovereignty, etc., the relevant documents were sent to the United Nations and other global bodies, as well as to well over 100 countries across the world. Please note also that the journey to reclaimed nationhood and sovereignty, as well as the continued operations of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, under the divine leadership through Her Excellency Modupe Onitiri Abiola, MOA, has been completely peaceful. We shall not go to war but shall definitely defend our sovereignty. It should be clearly noted that the encroachment of the colonial illusion scheme called Nigeria on our sovereign territory, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba, is a crime being committed by the illusion Nigerian government. Nigeria is based on the illegality of colonization and amalgamation, both of which are crimes against humanity, and cannot therefore build any legality out of the illegality. Neither can it impose its own illegality on the sovereignty of we, the indigenous Yoruba people. We are a sovereign people from the beginning of time. Neither impose it on the sovereignty of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. For further information, please visit www.democraticrepublicoftheyoruba.com.